bear goggles, bitches. It's time for another remote pop goulash. I'm Ruben on my end of the computer, and with me, as always, is on the other end of the computer, and her computer is.
It's Dana. Hooray!
Yay!
By the way, I don't know if you could see, I'm sporting my Rose Apothecary t-shirt.
I don't know what that is.
Oh, God, Schitt's Creek, dude. You're
Yeah. Okay. I'm like, wait a minute, what?
I'm very excited because I can wear t-shirts again. So I'm like wearing all of the t-shirts now.
That's hilarious. Like your Pop Goulash t-shirt.
I have been wearing that, dude. I've been wearing that. That thing is huge on me now.
Dude, I know, because I got the extra larges like a douchebag.
No,
like, dude, I swim in mine too, and I gained a bunch of weight back. You haven't.
You didn't gain a whole lot of weight back. Even if you gained back a few pounds, like that, like the extra large was good for me for a while. It served its purpose well, but now it's just like a nice comfy t-shirt for me to wear.
Right, like it's a bedtime shirt now. Like,
yeah, all good though. Well, we'll rejigger those, you know, for our more svelte sizes soon.
Sure. And we may even, you know, in the more discussions that we do about the Patreon, we may make those available to future Patreon supporters, which we need supporters.
Yes, we do.
So, this shit ain't cheap, yo. And Libsyn raised their prices. We'll talk about that offline. And to our tens of listeners out there, we love you guys. So
we do love you guys. And
did you watch Saturday Night Live this week?
Dude, yes.
I did not watch it yet. I'm sure it was amazing, though.
I'm not going to spoil it for you. I will tell you, make sure that you also watch the musical guest.
Okay.
Phoebe Bridgers, I think is her name.
Yeah, I've heard of her. I hear she's great.
She's fucking fantastic. So, like, it was like the first time that Mike and I have watched a musical act and not fast forwarded through it.
Mm-hmm. You're like, this is the first time we've watched SNL and not fast forwarded through it.
Basically, I mean, this I will tell you honestly, this past week, and it's not just because I'm partial to Dan Levy, but it's really because we were laughing the entire time.
Sure.
Like, how good the episode was. It was really, really, really well done.
Mm-hmm.
And I think you're gonna love the Weekend Update too. So,
dude, the Weekend Update is great. I've seen Michael Shea like do stand up.
No shit.
Yeah, right before Grayson was born, Kirsten and I got tickets to the Oddball Comedy Fest.
Huh.
And it was in Tinley Park, and it was like Michael Shea was there. Let's see, who else? Hannibal Buress.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Amy Schumer headlined.
Nice.
Bill Burr.
Okay.
Sarah Silverman was there.
Nice.
Dude, it was like a killer lineup. Oh, and what's the guy that likes the young girls? Chris D'Elia.
Ugh.
He was there too. He was funny though. I mean, he might be a prick that touched might like his girls a little south of underage, but dude, he was funny. I'm sorry.
I don't disagree with that. I just think he's a scumbag.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, absolutely. Well, yeah, of course. You could look at him and tell he was a scumbag. Like, he just looked like a scumbag. So, but yeah, I got to see Michael Shea there. He was pretty funny. He was really funny.
I mean, like, he's a super smart writer too. So it's I can imagine that he was good. Hold for one moment, please. Because my dog either why are you being a retard? Oh, wait. Yeah, edit that part out. Edit the R word out that I just called my dog, please.
But what if your dog was being retarded?
I mean, she kind of is, but sorry. She's like trying to eat a hairball. Get on the bed and play with your toy, butthole. Come on. Yeah.
Play with your toy. All right, where was the comma in that sentence?
No, she's got a Kong toy, and oh my God. Anyway, sorry. My special guest fucking star here is being.
I feel like I'm watching my kids when they're like doing FaceTime videos with their grandparents. Now I know what my in-laws feel like.
I'm telling
like Grayson and Bobby will just run around the house with the phone, just going blah 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 blah, not even saying anything to the other person on the line, just making a bunch of noise and chasing shit around. My poor.
I know. You froze for a second.
Oh, I was jiggling some wires. I need to stop doing that.
Yes,
So,
you do.
so
No,
yeah. Anyway.
like I've become that person now working from home all the time
Hmm.
that I have to be like half the time I won't even be on camera because I'll be like pulling shit out of a dog's mouth like on conference calls or like
Yeah.
doing something. So yeah,
Hmm.
good time.
Like trying to keep the naked children off of camera.
Uh-huh. Basically.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, thank God Bobby's been in full day daycare again. So,
Oh yeah, how's
like,
it going?
oh, it's so quiet at the house.
Is
And I
it?
have a real strong feeling that our electric bill is going to plummet for the month of January or for the month of February.
Oh really?
Oh, dude, these children just don't know when to shut a fucking light off. Like Dad, turn on a show for me. So I click on a show for Bobby, some variant of the fucking Power Rangers. If I ever have to watch a Power Ranger after these children get older and past it, I will never ever have to watch a Power Ranger ever a fucking again. But like, I'll turn it on for him and he'll watch it. And like 7.5 minutes later, he's like pestering me, like, Daddy, Daddy. And then he'll just babble on some inane shit that doesn't mean anything to anybody but him. Like, he is on his own plane of existence sometimes. I'm here for it, but he's just out there. So, yeah. So I'm glad that like he's able to express that to another audience altogether at school.
Totally. Oh. Nice.
Yeah, buddy.
Oh, don't
So,
be the stink eye dog.
right.
I'm getting this stink eye. Anyway.
What have you been what's been going on with you? Aside from working like a dog for the
Work.
boss man. Whoa, working for the company. Oh
Right?
yeah.
Yeah, man. Like besides work, I mean, not a whole lot. Mike and I, we got Discovery Plus. I don't know if you guys have. Yeah, it's. I love it. I mean, I love a lot of those channels that are on there anyway.
Yeah.
And it's totally freaking worth it. So, like, I'm addicted to Food Network anyway.
Mm-hmm.
I love like. I can't really eat hardly anything, but I love watching like them cook and stuff like that.
Sure.
About recipes and like it gives me ideas for when I cook.
Mm-hmm.
But we've been binging Worst Cooks in America.
Nice.
I mean, we pretty much figured out that we've probably seen all of the seasons already, but we're gonna start from season 1. So we've been binging that
Nice.
lately. Yeah. And then oh God, like there's just so much content. Like we started watching Friends like a month or 2 ago on
Okay.
Max. So like
Dude, Friends is fun. Like I shat on it a lot when it was out in its original run because Henry Rollins and blah blah fuck everybody, and but not like I've really like watched it since I've been married, and it's funny, man. Like it was pretty funny. I kind of kicked myself for not enjoying it when it was on, or not a lot being too cool and too anti-establishment to really enjoy it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, like, so I didn't really watch it when
Well, that and I worked too. I was always working in the evening, so I couldn't fucking watch normal TV like everybody else.
Well,
There wasn't a goddamn DVR back in 2000,
Well, and we were in school at the time too.
Yeah.
Like it was that, and then we were working like when we weren't in class. So like I didn't really watch it. And I know that it started in like 95 or 94 or whatever, but I didn't really watch it. I would catch it every once in a while. So to your point, like it's fucking hilarious. And the humor, I mean, yeah, of course there's always going to be some outdated references.
Sure.
The humor stands up for the most part.
It does. And it's not like, God, some of the fucking or some of the sitcoms nowadays are like grown worthy. And like, Graham, get me, don't get me wrong. Like there was some grown worthy shit in like, but it was different. It was more grown worthy in like the sense of like, oh, we don't say that anymore.
Right.
Like it's just a sign of the times kind of thing.
Totally agree with you on that. Yeah. It's, I mean, like, honestly, aside from work and stuff, like that's, and we're going to talk about what our assignment was, later in the episode, but,
well, it wasn't more of so much of an assignment as it was you yelled at me and told me I had to watch it.
I sternly told you needed to watch it, but
I think it was like, look here, motherfucker.
I mean, that's pretty close to what I said.
Yeah, I mean, and that's how we roll.
That's how we talk to each other, so it's all good. But yeah, I haven't been. The one thing, I mentioned it previously though too. Like the one thing that I started just because we just fucking watched it yesterday, Phoebe Bridgers, like her music. I was
Mhm.
like, I have to deep dive into this now because the girl's voice, like I think you're going to be very happy.
Sure.
I think you're really going to like it. So that's my next goal for myself. When I'm not working a 12-hour day is to dig in,
Yeah.
listen to some more music. But yeah, man, binging. What else do you do during the fucking pandemic, man? Like what else?
For
What else
sure.
can you do? So,
Well, fuck for one, but
well, I mean,
you
yeah.
can't always do that. I mean, you got to fucking work and breathe. And
Sometimes you have to work and like eat and like grocery shop and stuff like that. Um, but no, man, what have you been like watching or like consuming,
Well,
if you will?
I don't know, dude. I just watched Ready Player One recently.
What's
It was
that?
it was a movie that came out in 2018. It was directed by Steven Spielberg. I think it was like the last movie he directed. Like the most recent. I don't want to say the last, but it was one of the most recent movies that he directed. And it was based off of a book by Ernest Cline. And
Huh.
he wrote part of the screenplay, so I mean I'll give him credit for that. But it's just one of those. It was like Ernest Cline's love letter to video games and 80s culture.
Okay.
And it's like 90% CGI. It's 90% takes place in a video game.
Really?
Yeah, and like there's really no big actors in it. Like Simon Pegg is in it for a brief moment.
Okay.
TJ Miller plays one of the characters, he's one of the CG characters. Um but like there's really not a whole lot of like big name actors and actresses in it, which is kind of cool. It allows the movie to be what it needs to be.
Totally.
So like it's basically like, it's somewhat dystopian future, yada yada yada. Everybody logs into this like video game hub called the Oasis, where like that's where people live their lives, is in the Oasis, in this digital realm. And what happens there is almost as important as what happens in the real world. Actually, sometimes it's more important.
Interesting.
Yeah. So people log into this and they live in there, and then they get out and they do their day-to-day shit and they run around and have adventures, and it's all immersive CGI and stuff like that. And it's really it's cool. And then basically like the creator dies. The creator of it dies, and he puts out this thing and says, all right, you find these keys and you put the keys in these locks at these gates, and whoever gets it first wins, all my shares in this company, which is over like $500 billion or something like that. Plus you have complete control over it. I give you everything. So it's basically a big quest video game, a movie about a quest video game within a movie.
Interesting.
It's very clever. And like in the movie, like the IP that they got their hands on, like any 80s, early 90s, like cartoon genre, anything that you could think of was in it. Like if you look, you could see like Optimus Prime is in there. The main character drives around in a DeLorean that's souped up like in Back to the Future. It's like totally like a love letter to the 80s. It's really fantastic. And it's a virtual reality action movie. It is that 100%. But it's fun. It's a fun movie to watch. It's just one of those like pop some corn, have a glass of wine and just, turn your brain off. It's gorgeous to look at. It's fucking beautiful.
Okay.
So then I went and I there's Ready Player One that came out in 2011. I want to say the book came out.
Oh wow. Okay.
Well, he just released Ready Player Two. So I listened to the audiobooks for both of them in the last week. So
Oh,
we're
okay.
talking like 30 hours in the last 2 weeks have been dedicated to listening to these two books. And like, I'm glad for once that I watched the movie before I read the book,
Really?
because I was truly able to enjoy the movie for what it was.
Okay.
I didn't have the baggage of like, yeah, well, in the book, that's not how they got the first key. I was able to be like, damn, that was a fun movie to watch. I'm interested in the book. And then you read the book and you're like, wow, the book is just way, obviously it's always going to be better. It's always going to be way more immersive, but it was different thematically. It was a lot different than the movie was. But the movie stands on its own. The movie was fun. And like everybody's shitting on it. Oh, oh wow, people talking shit about Steven Spielberg fucking the movie over because it was totally like a lot of it was considerably different, blah 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 blah. But it was fun, man. It was a fun fucking movie.
Based on a book. It doesn't mean it needs to fucking follow the book to a T. I mean, like, I'm sure, like, probably like some larger concepts were followed.
Yeah. And it worked. It all worked. But as Ben Affleck said in Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back, fictional characters. They're fictional characters. Who cares? Somebody got paid, and they made $1 million or $100 million.
You're not you personally, but like you, the generic you're fucking watching it and enjoying it. So like, nitpick that shit. No,
well, it's kind of like Louis C.K. said about people who bitch about something. Oh yeah, well you make one.
That's exactly. And then there's that too. Like then you do it and tell me how you're going to do it different.
Yeah, and don't get me wrong, we have shit on many of things on this podcast. Totally. But we also know that like our opinions mean nothing. Exactly. Except for maybe the tens of listeners that enjoy the dulcet tones of our voice every week. So
oh my god, dude, before I forget.
Also in the audiobooks, they were read by Wil Wheaton.
God, I love him so much.
Yeah.
Love him so much. I'm so glad that you brought this up. It just sparked this in my head. I had to tell you. We watched that show front to back the other night. I am not okay with this.
Oh, yes. And?
I am so pissed that it got canceled. And it got canceled because of fucking COVID. Because of like, I'm hoping, because Netflix claimed it broke their heart to cancel it. I am hoping that this means once the pandemic shit is like more under control, that they will bring that show back.
Right.
I need
because it's like, why cancel it? Why just not say, all right, we're gonna put it on
hiatus?
Put this on pause for a bit, because like really, if you gotta wait a year, 2 years, yeah, the kids are gonna be a little bit older, but so is everybody else.
Stranger Things. They do it for Stranger Things anyway. So like,
yeah. And when the fuck is that next season coming out?
Exactly. Well, and that's what I thought. Like, I thought it was supposed to be this year, but my guess would also be that is going to be delayed because of COVID shit too, right? So, like that was an awesome recommendation from you. So I have to thank you for that. It was so good.
Dude, and if you like that, you should watch The End of the Fucking World.
Yeah, Mike and I watched a couple of episodes of that, so we'll have to get back into that because it's been a long time since we've watched it.
Yeah, and that one is again one that I watched the series before I read the book, and there's one very subtle change that they made in the TV show that I think, like, I'm glad I watched the TV show first because the comic book version was way fucking better. Like, there's a point where like what the characters do in the TV show and what they did in the comic book diverge vastly.
Okay.
And if the reasons why they did it differ vastly. And like they didn't go that route in the book or in the show. And after I read the book, I was disappointed because it would have made the show 40 times more interesting. And once you watch it, I'll tell you about it. So.
Okay. Now, did you watch that show Wayne?
Yes.
I don't think it's not renewed either because that was the YouTube show in like 2016 or something like that. And then it was, then they put it on Prime or like got the rights to it in 2018, but it just like premiered. We fucking loved that.
Dude, so the chick, the main chick, the young chick in there, she was in this show called The Red Band Society that was on ABC or NBC or something like that.
Okay.
And it was basically a hospital show with Octavia Spencer. And it was about all these kids that were in like a ward of the juvenile, long-term sick ward. And she was one of the kids.
Was she? God, I don't remember that, but I do remember that show because they yanked it after one season. And I
Kirsten and I watched it. It was good. We enjoyed it.
I thought it was
I guess people just don't like to watch a show about a bunch of kids facing their fucking mortality.
But you know what? The thing is, it's a legitimate topic. So
but nobody wants that shit.
I mean, people don't even want to face their own mortality, right? Like adults. So
seriously,
I'm trying to get it, but
for reals.
Yeah,
dude. But I've been watching WandaVision on Disney Plus.
Oh, like that because Mike was a little on the fence about it. I was a little bit ticked off because he started watching it and I wanted to start watching it with him and like, but
That's
he,
so yeah. Kirsten and I have been having the same argument because she's been watching it too, but like I'm up at like 5 o'clock in the morning on Friday mornings, and I'm like, I'm gonna watch the fucking show. I'll watch it again, but I want to watch the show. And like this most recent episode, I dropped my pen. The most recent episode was a mind bender, and it totally exploded everything that can be happening in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Okay. I'm not going to say any spoilers. I know that this is going to come out like 2 weeks after the episode.
Okay.
But nonetheless, I don't want to be a douche and spoil it. But like, oh my God. Like I am like, because like you said with Mike, it was like, okay, we get all right, we see what you're doing with the thematic thing, right? You know, you're jumping decades in your show, like the second to last episode, not this previous, maybe it was this one, but it takes place in the 90s or like the late 80s sitcom, so it was very what you call it, Full House. Okay, it's totally like Full House meets Growing Pains. And even like the intro to the show, like they had the song, but they had like somebody painting a picture of Wanda and Vision, like in. And she is the older sister of the Olsen twins. Yes. Right? No, she's the younger sister. Oh, is she the younger sister? Yeah. Okay. Way more talented. I mean, as far as an actor is concerned, but then again, like, you know, the other two are doing their fashion thing. So, you know, whatever's. Nice. I'll have to check it out though, because I've really been wanting to check it out. Good. And really, like, all you need to know going into it is that, like, if you've not followed any of the Marvel movies at all, right? Vision is like an android, and he was killed in Endgame. And okay. Wanda and him were like totally in love, and Wanda loses her shit after Vision gets killed. Oh. And this is like if it's playing out like it played out in the comics, she's dealing with some serious mental health issues right now, and she is recreating her own world in the image that she wants it. But it has like rippling ramifications throughout the Marvel universe, and I'm fucking here for it. Okay. So. Okay. Yeah. Nice. So that's the shit that I've been like watching like recently. The new Foo Fighters record came out on Friday. How was it? It's good. I mean, it's fun. It's a Foo Fighters record. You know, people are like, well, Foo Fighters just put on another record. Yes, they did. And it's fun. And it's a Foo Fighters record. What do you expect them to do? They've been around for 20 plus years. Right. Okay. They're not going to continuously release like, you know, home run out of the park albums. It's a serviceable album. It's fun. It's got some really great tracks on it. It's got some fun shit on it. It's like, they got a song on it called Cloud Spotter. It sounds like a fucking Kiss song. Really? Yeah. Like this is Dave Grohl kept saying that this is their party album, whatever that means. Okay. But I mean, you could definitely hear like that 80s, like that party rock, you know, like this is their Poison album, you know? All right. You know, so it's fun. It's a lot of it is very upbeat. Like it's good. It's fun, man. The last song on it, Love Dies Young, dude, it's a great fucking track, man. I got it on vinyl. I played it. I spun it already. And like the low end when you're playing the wax, holy shit, dude. Like that, it's badass, man. Nice. Fucking great. So yeah, I've been listening to that. I found this group called Krungabin, and they're like, I don't even know where they're fucking from, dude. I fell across it. And but they're like they're it's just funk. It's just straight up funk. Nice. And it's so good. I'll share that with you. Yeah, please. And then, yeah, so that's kind of what I've been jamming to here recently. You know, there's been a lot of stuff going on, so a lot to listen to, a lot to watch. But yeah, I've been consumed with Ready Player 1/2. So, okay. I mean, hey, that's a good thing though. You know, yeah. Like it's something that you enjoy and that you're getting into. Fucking A. And I really like have a sneaking suspicion I might be doing a deep dive into True Blood again, because really? I need some trashy vampire romance in my life. Well, dude, if you start that again, let's start it at the same time. We'll talk about it on the show. Yeah.
That's what.
We'll do our True Blood up. Like, all right, dude, let's do that. Episode 1 next week, and we'll do like a 5-minute True Blood corner.
Okay, yeah, because it's been quite a few years since I've watched.
Oh yeah.
You know.
Oh yeah, it's so awful. I love it.
I'm down. I think Mike even mentioned something about potentially like watching that. So even if he doesn't, I'll fucking watch it. That's fine.
Yeah, dude. So all right, so that's the we'll do True Blood corner. Okay, so
I love it. I'm into
yeah,
it.
so next week we got to write that down.
I was just gonna say, like, can you? I know you've got a pen and paper, so please write that down. In fact, we could fill it out on the note stock, right?
Yeah.
There we go.
Okay, so yeah, I don't know if you saw the question that I asked. So we just had our here in the States, you know, we believe a large rodent over science and technology. So we just had our Groundhog Day. So I was thinking about it.
Yes.
If you had to live in the movie Groundhog Day, right? Would you rather be the person who is aware that every day is repeating, or one of the background characters who is unaware that every day is repeating? Would you rather live in a constant loop and be unaware of it, or would you rather live in a constant loop being aware of it?
I would rather be unaware.
You think so?
If I was aware, I know that eventually that would drive me insane.
Mm-hmm.
Like big time. I wouldn't want to know.
Huh.
I wouldn't want to know. What about you?
See, I would want to know, but then I know that at some point it would get dark. It would get really fucking dark really fast.
Totally. And that's just it. Like I couldn't do that. Like I would rather have it be short-term memory you know what I mean? Like every day.
Right.
You're not going to remember that every day. I just, yeah. Cause to me, like I equate that experience of having it happen every day and not remember it to like a dementia patient. Basically.
Oh yeah.
Right. But then on the other side of that spectrum, if you're the person who has to repeat that every day and retain that and remember that shit every day, then I feel like that drives you into, right?
Well, here's another twist, and that's because I'm high as fuck right now. What if you are that person that resets every day and is unawares, but at some point you realize, like you can see from afar, that your day is repeating. So you get a glimpse of it for a day that like, oh shit, I've done this before. And then like it goes away, but you have that deja vu of it.
That shit would drive me nuts though too, man. I sense of deja vu anyway. Like when that happens to me, it's creepy as shit. I can't say that I dislike it per se, but I still don't know how I feel about it when it happens.
Mm-hmm.
It's a very, I think the word I'm looking for, it's an unsettling feeling.
Yeah.
You know, because then it begs of other questions, right? So then it's like, did I really like do this some other time in my life?
Right.
Did I do it another time in a different life, right? Like then I start thinking about that kind of wacky shit.
And then like how would they equate for your own passage of time, right? Mm-hmm. Like, would you actually age? Like, would your body continue to age? Maybe not the reboot guys, but what about the people who are aware? Like, right. Once you regain that awareness, do you start to age?
Oh, yeah, that's a really good question, too. That's a really... Damn, Rube.
Here on Stoner's Corner.
I think you need to put some music behind that.
God. If I had music talent again, that'd be great.
If you had music talent again, what does that mean?
Dude, I can't even tell you the last time I've played my guitars. Yeah, dude, I don't have time for it. Like, it's sad. Like, I always say, man, once the kids get less demanding, then I'll sit down with it, but I just don't have the patience or the time for it right now.
Yeah. Mike, I feel bad too, because he hasn't really been getting into it as he had for a while. And it's like, I just feel like, I don't know, man. I just feel like this whole last year changed so much shit. And like, we've both been so sucked into work. And I just feel like it's so easy to do, especially when you work from home. And
right.
This, like, my only sanity is being able to have like conference calls at work, or recording with you. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, or phone calls, like talking to people on the phone, which I really don't even do often either because I'm working all the fucking time.
Yeah, right.
So it's like, oh,
How crazy is it that it took a pandemic to get people to pick up the phone to actually talk to each other?
it's nuts.
I mean,
But
I haven't done it yet, but I mean, I know of people who do.
honestly, the only time really that like I talk on the phone outside of work, and honestly, work is all conference calls.
Yeah.
But the only time that I really like talk outside of work is when I call my dad, when I've got the downtime to be able to call my dad. And
Yeah, I'll talk to my mom, and we talk to Kirsten's folks a lot. So.
yeah, I mean, like I was trying to do it every day for a while, but man, it's just as and I just keep saying work keeps getting progressively busier, and
Mhm.
the hope is that that's going to lead to good things this year for myself and my career. But even even in due time, whenever those things potentially can happen, I still love my job. I'm grateful that I have a job right now because there's
For
a lot
sure.
of folks out there. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
we were kind of lucky that our client who we work on, who I will not name, we were really kind of lucky that we had to slow some things from their side, but we've been lucky because we've picked up in other areas. So it's like
Right.
kind of like you lose something, but you switch it for another. So, like I said, just incredibly grateful that I'm still working and that we
Oh,
have
for
to
sure.
be as we are.
Yeah. Yeah. They just opened up for us, so I can start working in homes again.
Really?
Yeah, buddy.
Oh, I'm glad. I know that was really like
Yeah.
challenging for you, so I'm glad to hear that.
Oh
Wow.
yeah, I got a PPE like a motherfucker before I go into the house, but yeah, I can
Yeah.
start working in the houses again, so it's good.
Oh, that's great.
It's
I'm
very
so glad to hear that.
yeah, dude. Yeah. So yeah, dude. I was pretty stoked. Um, but dude,
Dude.
I haven't watched the trailer yet. It's up, but I haven't watched it yet because I want to go into the movie so blind that I want to be excited and overjoyed, and I want to laugh my dick off.
Okay.
But coming to America,
Oh, yeah, dude, I haven't watched the trailer yet either, but
it's coming to Prime.
it's in March, I think. It's on my mom's birthday, March 5th. I'm
Is it?
positive was the date because I remember like that association in my brain when I heard that it
Right.
was coming to Prime. Yeah. Very
Right.
excited about that. Very, very, and because like for the most part, they've retained a lot of the original cast.
I know everybody who was well, especially if they're still alive, for sure.
Right.
I don't think very many people have died from the cast.
I don't think so. I feel like there might have been a couple of folks who passed away. Um,
Maybe.
but yeah, like I'm really, really excited for that.
I think Jockey Joffer.
Yeah.
But yeah, they got him back. I mean, everybody. So I mean, and I think it's funny. I did see some screenshots,
Mhm.
and it looks like Eddie Murphy's playing all the kids that are everybody in the barbershop again.
Is he doing that again? I
Yeah,
love
but
it.
they haven't aged at all.
Of course not, right?
So,
I love that. I'm really excited to see that. I think it's going to be great.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
that'll definitely be one thing that we'll like review.
Oh, hell yeah.
For sure.
Hell yeah. Did you ever watch his Eddie Murphy doing Dolomite Is My Name
We
on
did watch that
Netflix?
movie, and it was
It
fantastic.
was so good. Yeah, it's just one of those where it's like, man, where has Eddie Murphy, where has this Eddie Murphy been?
Right. I mean,
You know?
yeah, Mike and I watched that. I don't know. It came out a few months ago, and I feel like we watched it pretty shortly after it came
No,
out.
that came out like a year and a half ago or so.
Was it? That long?
Yeah, because Tom and I talked about it doing one of our Netflix and chill. I don't think we actually talked about the movie, but I
Did you?
think we
Okay.
didn't review the movie, but we talked about it, I believe.
Got it. Okay. So you know what? Then maybe Mike and I mean, I know we just watched
But
it.
yeah, it's fucking great. It's fucking great.
Yeah, it was a great movie. I was, because I've seen like the original Dolomite before, of course.
Yeah.
But it was just a great movie. All the characters, I really liked all of the characters.
Yeah.
It was very, very good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they did the sex scene and the whole like ceiling was falling down on top of him. And he's like, no, keep it in. It's hilarious, dude.
I love that shit.
Oh man. So yeah, so this week you brought up, hey, you need to see Palmer. I'm
I
like,
did.
Palmer. Okay. I'm like, is it about the golfer? No, it's not about the golfer. But it was a Justin Timberlake movie. So why don't you give us some info about the movie?
I was first of all, I was incredibly excited to see JT back into like a lead role in a movie because it's been a minute. At least from what I can recall. And Mike and I saw the original, like we saw the trailer originally, of course, on because what it was Apple TV, right?
Apple TV Plus, yeah.
We saw the trailer and we were both like, wait, what? And immediately I was drawn to the little boy, that little boy immediately. And I was like, I am in love with this child, not in a gross way.
No, yeah.
I love his character. And I'm really excited. Like, I want to see where this goes.
Yeah.
Just because, like, especially seeing Justin Timberlake, I feel like the last time he was in kind of he wasn't a scumbag in this movie, but I feel like the last time he was in a character role where he was kind of shady was in that, oh God, what was the name of that movie? It was years ago. And it was with the kid actor who died a few years ago. He got crushed by his Jeep.
Oh, yeah. Runner.
No, it was
with the Russian kid.
Alpha Dog.
Oh, Alpha Dog. Yeah.
Alpha Dog. Yeah.
He was a piece of shit in that movie.
Yeah, he was totally a piece of shit in that movie. And like it sort of reminded me a little bit of like when he was in Alpha Dog, like I was like, oh, is Justin Timberlake going to be a piece of shit in Palmer also? But he was so not.
He kind of started like the kid softened him up for sure.
100%.
So like, yeah, so he like the whole thing was like Alpha Dog came out in 2006.
Was it that long ago?
Yeah.
I knew it was earlier in the 2000s. I couldn't remember exactly when. Okay.
And that was like one of his first like movie roles.
Yes, for sure.
He had some like one-off like cameos here and there, but that was that one. And then like he was in Southland Tales and Black Snake Moan.
Okay.
With Samuel Jackson and Christina Ricci.
Yes. Okay. Sorry, my dog is having a temper tantrum right now. So if you hear,
I can't hear.
Okay, good. All right, good.
Yeah, but so he like just gets out of jail.
Yes.
And he goes back home and he goes to live with his grandmother, who's like the saint of the town.
Yes, she's very revered throughout the town, and there's a trailer. So obviously, you come to find out that the trailer is on her property, and she
rents it out to this chick with the largest forehead in the universe. Like, think of like, and I don't mean to talk shit about she might be a very, very nice lady. I don't know her. She don't know me. But like, imagine like, who's that really talentless stand-up comedian with the puppets? Jeff.
Oh, not Dunham.
Yes, Jeff Dunham.
Is it Dunham? Okay.
Yeah. The peanut guy that he's got, the purple guy with like the pointed head, kind of looks like Sloth from the Goonies. Like, this bitch's head was like her forehead went from the front of her head all the way to the back where you get the hot dog thing when fat guys are like bald headed. Like, she's got like a square root of 8 head. Like, I couldn't believe that chick's forehead.
I was dying when you sent me that picture, when you texted that to me, and you were like, so is this the chick that Justin was fucking in the movie? I was fucking dying. Like,
I sent you Sloth, didn't I?
No, you sent me that fucking puppet.
I sent you Peanut.
I was dying when you sent that to me.
Oh, man. So, yeah.
Because they put her ponytail that fucking tight. That's what it looks like.
Dude, seriously, she looked like a grown. She looked like what Betty Rubble would have looked like. I think she had a cranial ridge. So, but yeah, so like he comes home and ends up banging her for some reason. I guess it was the first hole that said yes.
And they met at the bar, so like he was getting shit faced, and then she showed up at the bar, and then they went back and they fucked like that night.
Yeah, dude, and it was not good.
No, I mean, so you find
that was worse than like Eminem banging Brittany Murphy in the metal shop at his school in 8 Mile. I know it wasn't the metal shop, and I know it wasn't at his school, but god damn it, that's where my mind takes it.
Well,
He was at school and he was banging her in the metal shop.
well, it they hook up right away, and then he meets the kid.
Yeah, and then I'm like, God, I hope he doesn't stay with this bitch through the whole movie.
That was my fear, though, too. Like, that was totally my fear, because I'm like, please don't set it. Like, I don't want it to be a predictable story like that. And I'm so glad that it was not. I'm so glad that it didn't turn out to be that way. Like, it just, the story, like, so after they bang and stuff and whatever, like, the mom takes off again, basically, because she's a drug addict.
Yeah.
Right? She's
disappears for like 6 months.
Like months, yeah. And in the little, what was the kid's name again? I can't remember.
I want to say Julius, but that's not right.
Yeah, it's
Sam.
Either way.
Sam.
Sam. Okay. Sam. Thank you.
Perfect, like, gender non-binary name.
Yes.
And like you see almost immediately that he's dressed up in traditionally girls' clothing.
Right.
And he's like, whatever. You know, he's just totally Eddie Izzard about it. He's like, this is how I dress. Fuck you. You know?
Exactly.
He's like, I'm 8. I don't care.
Well, and what I also very much appreciated is that there were some kids who were dicks in the movie, but by and large, most of the kids who they had in the movie were just accepting of him for who he was.
Yeah, and that was the big thing for me. I was like, oh, fuck. JT's going to see this kid like this, and he's just going to be like, fuck this kid.
Right.
You know? Like, he totally gave off that vibe that he was not going to be cool with this situation.
Totally.
And then, like when it came down to, like, the Halloween costume and stuff like that, and he's like, well, it's a boy's costume. You got to wear a boy's costume. And then, you know, you see that he buys him the fairy costume, and, you know, he buys Sam the fairy costume. Like, it's just, it's such a nice tale about a boy and his little friend.
It is. And I think because they get into the storylines for the characters, and you really do get to know the characters. Like, I don't want to spoil anything that happens per se, like with giving away every single thing, but you know, the character development and just the characters themselves, I think that they did a very good job with that.
Right.
I really, and the guy who did the movie, Fisher Stevens.
Okay.
Johnny Five, right? Short Circuit.
What?
Yes, he wrote and directed it, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh no, he played Ben.
Well,
and Short Circuit, which is
I don't remember.
Way racist, because, you know, Fisher Stevens is definitely a white dude, and he played a brown-faced Indian dude, like literally in brown-face makeup.
Was he really?
Yes, because he played Ben. Remember? He played Ben.
I haven't seen the movie.
Oh my god,
so long, so I don't remember.
And it's one of those two where, like, you know, in 1980, whenever that movie came out, when did it come out? Because on his IMDb, that's the first thing that pops up. 1986.
Yeah.
So, like, yeah, so it came out in 86, and, like, I was like, okay, that's an Indian dude. I didn't know. Up until, like, I was 2 years ago old when I found out that, like, that was a white dude that played Ben.
God, like I said, it's been so long since I've seen the movie, so I don't remember what character.
And the crazy part about it is he was the star, basically, of Short Circuit too, because Steve Guttenberg and Ali Sheedy were like, I'm gonna do me arigato, you know, they were like, we're out.
Yep.
So yeah, but that's crazy. I had no idea.
Writing and directing it, and like I read an article.
Well, no, Cheryl Guerriero wrote it, but Fisher Stevens definitely directed.
Was he the director then?
He directed, yeah. And it had Chaos from the Geico commercials.
Oh yeah.
He played the abusive boyfriend to the meth head.
Yep. And it was cool, because when I read the interview that Fisher Stevens gave like a couple years ago when he was casting for the movie, he said he was very excited to cast Justin in this role. And honestly, like, I think that Justin pulled it off. He did a really great job in this movie. And I just, like, I definitely cried in that movie several times throughout that movie. And it was definitely, so, like, Normally, I don't pay attention to what any of the critics say about movies because 9 times out of 10 I disagree with them.
Right.
But the one guy who I follow from one of the local stations, he had reviewed it and he gave it a B plus.
Okay.
And personally, I'll give it an A, but he had very good things to say about the movie. So I was surprised that I also enjoyed it as much as he did.
Right. Right.
So.
Yeah, it was good. I enjoyed it. It was fun to watch. I mean, like Maggie Alicia Wainwright, the teacher.
Yeah.
Like I kept thinking, like, where have I seen her from? Where have I seen her from? And I'm looking, and I'm like, I've never seen any of these movies that she was in. Like,
oh no.
Yeah, like maybe it was from Raising Dion. It was a Netflix show. It was like 1 season long. I think maybe 2. I think it only went. Yeah, no, it was 2 seasons, but the second season hasn't come out yet. Where she played the mom of this kid who has like supernatural powers.
Okay.
But yeah, no, but she was fantastic in it. I was like, wow, she was great. She was absolutely phenomenal. So.
And the grandma, I love her. She's
just one of those character actors that plays like Granny.
Yes, and she's great though. She's a great actress. Every time that I see her in something, I enjoy it.
I want to say I saw her in she was in an episode of Scrubs, maybe.
Maybe I know she's on the show Good Girls.
Yeah, I thought maybe she was in Scrubs in the one episode where like there's the VD breakout at the old folks' home, and hi,
sorry,
hey, puppy.
She's coming over and she's being a butthole. It's possible. That's another show that Mike and I want to start binging.
Oh, dude, Scrubs was so good. Just don't watch the last season.
Okay.
Just stop at season 8. Just stop. Season 9 was an abomination and an abortion to the film. Just don't go down that road. Don't make yourself sad at all because it will, because it's that bad.
Noted.
No, she was not in Scrubs, but there's a lady that was in Scrubs as a patient, looked just like her. Kind of like, grandmotherly, dead behind the eyes. Probably has seen a lot of dick in her day. Not to say that that's a bad thing, but I'm just saying.
Sorry, my dog is trying to attack my face right now. Hi, Louise. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Wheezy, what you doing?
Ruben? Uncle Hey. Talking to you. You wiggling your butt? You going to show him that you're wiggling your butt when he says your name?
Hey, Wheezy.
Oh, you see? No, don't hang up on this call, you turd. Sorry, this is her MO. Like, she gets pissy with me when I'm, God forbid I don't pay attention to her.
Right.
24/7. Yeah, she's my big. Yes, please step on my spleen. I'm glad you enjoyed the movie, though.
I am too.
I was surprised in a good way. Mike really enjoyed the movie as well. You just never know, like with a story like that. Like I figured you would enjoy it. Some people, it would be a hit or a miss for them. So
yeah, it was good. It was definitely one I would watch.
Yeah,
I might even recommend it to a people or two, like the tens of people that listen to our show. Definitely recommend it if you have Apple TV Plus. If not, steal it from somebody.
Right. I was going to say, get somebody who just got a new iPhone and ask them for their login so you.
Yeah, right. They got that shit for free. They're just giving it away now. They're like, hey, I just got an extension. They're like, hey, we're giving you another 3 months for free. I'm like, all right.
Yeah, Mike did too. And it's funny. So I just bought my phone before the new year at some point. It was like a Black Friday deal that I got my phone. And
you got the 12?
I got the 12 Pro, yeah. And I originally had the Apple Music, right? So I had that, and I had a family plan for that, and then I bought the extra cloud storage. And then I saw this promotion that they had for me,
where you bundle Apple TV, their workout thing, and one of their other things for $12 a month or something like that, and Apple Music.
Yeah, and it's still family, and so I was like, then I'm just going to bundle that, and then now I've got my sister added on, and I've got my dad added on, so then they can have the Apple TV too.
Yeah,
use Mike's, so
right.
I don't give a shit. I'm basically getting it for free because it's all the shit that I had before anyway. So.
Right on.
Yeah, really, I'm glad that you enjoyed it. I think Palmer is definitely a good movie to watch.
Dude, did you watch the Beastie Boys movie?
fuck yeah. We watched that like immediately. We loved that. And Mike said,
Yeah,
I'll watch it again soon. I'm like, I'm down.
I need to rewatch it. So
Yeah. Yeah.
download it onto my tablet, so if they ever take it down, I can just keep it on my tablet.
Oh, that's a good idea.
No, they're never gonna take it down. But dude, if you ever want, I've got the Beastie Boys book.
Yes, I still haven't gotten the book.
It's good. I actually bought the audiobook as well, and then Kirsten got me the actual physical book for Christmas or my birthday.
Nice.
But the audiobook is fantastic because like not only do Mike and Adam read the essays that they wrote, but they also have like a cast of their friends who came in and read as well. Like Amy Poehler reads one, Tina Fey reads one. You know, Kim Gordon from Sonic Youth reads one. Like all Jon Stewart reads some. Like and like there's this cast of you know New York people that just come through and read their read the posts or whatever it was that they wrote.
Sorry.
I keep waiting for the red lipstick to pop out, but then I remember you have girl dogs and not boy dogs.
Yep. Sorry, she's just vying for my attention. I'm listening.
So, but yeah, I mean, if you, I wish there was a way that I could like download the audiobook and put it on a thumb drive and hand it off, because the audiobook is fantastic. It's excellent.
I feel like that's probably my pace these days. Louise, stop it.
Oh yeah.
Probably my pace these days is that I would have to do an audiobook because, and it pisses me off because I like physically reading books.
Oh yeah, same here.
For that, but
like, dude, you know, like spending so much time behind the wheel in my job, like, plus having 2 demanding children, it's tough to like, you know, read.
Right.
And everybody's like, well, why do you read comic books? I don't know. They're 22 pages long and I get I get a bit of a story out of it, and it's serialized. So I can like, it works at my pace.
Exactly.
But dude, so next week,
yes,
I want you to, I've got a movie that I fucking love this movie. And I think this might be the next movie I choose for my family movie watcher club that we do, because we're lame like that, lame and awesome. But it's a movie called Fast Color. It came out in 2018, and I'm not going to tell you much about it. Okay. Just the fact that it's a black led movie, female director,
okay,
and writer.
Okay.
So like it's you know, it's very much, you know, it's very woke without being woke and annoying, but it's very diverse. Like, you know, women of color are the main people in the movie, and Lorraine Toussaint is like one of the main characters in it.
Okay.
And you would know her from
wasn't she in the Rocky Horror Picture Show reboot? Yeah. Oh yeah. No, her. Okay, no.
She was in one of the American Horror Stories, like 95.
Isn't she also in that show, Your Honor?
I don't know. She was in Hudson Hawk. Yes, she is in that show, Your Honor.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, for some reason you said Lorraine Toussaint, and I'm thinking of the chick from who did the reboot of Rocky Horror Picture Show. I don't know why. I'm thinking.
Oh,
what's her fucking name?
Like the producer?
No, the one who played the Frankenfurter character.
Oh, Laverne Cox?
Thank you. Yes.
No, not Laverne Cox.
No, definitely not her. Okay. Mm-mm. I will where is it streaming?
It is on Prime.
Okay. I'll definitely check it out.
And it's like, it's one of these hour-and-a-half long movies. It's just something you can blast through, and it's really, really fucking good.
If I can't do it before the next episode, since we're doing that Thursday because of work constraints, I'll let you know.
Sure. I mean, you know, we can even move to Saturday too. I don't give a fuck. So whatever works, we'll figure it out.
That works.
So cool so man, we're keeping tight with this timeline now, man.
I'm proud of us.
Oh wait, have we even hit an hour yet? Almost. Yeah, just about.
Yeah.
All right. Fuck yeah. All right. So to our tens of listeners around the world, we love y'alls. For Pop Goulash this week, I've been Ruben.
And I have been Dana.
Be kind to one another.
Peace out, kids.
Sweet.
Hooray.